What's up guys, this is Astranox, showcase of Luna in RTA. I'm going in there right now. I will be showing you guys her stats and her gear as well as the stats of the other heroes in her teams at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. Now I'll be talking about the pros and cons to using Luna in RTA. So Luna does so much damage. She's able to take out 2 heroes in certain situations. Her skill number 3 takes 1 out, and then she generates enough souls to soul burn her skill 1 by herself to take out another hero potentially. And I'm even able to do that without attack buff on Luna in certain situations. It's really crazy the numbers that I'm seeing. Her multipliers are really high up there, and she has elemental advantage with her skill number 3. So even if the enemy has an earth hero, you could deal with that hero with Luna, and that's very good right there. So Luna, I have her built on a speed set with a crit set. So she's on speed crit, and you can look at that, 18,000 damage with Luna's skill number 1 without attack buff. 18,000 damage without attack buff. That's really good right there. Very, very good. She was able to hit the maximum number of hits versus that maid Chloe. She didn't do that. It might have been the minimum number of hits right there. But even versus Fairy Tale Tenebria that did the redirected provoke, I'm able to pull through because the skill 1 of Luna is so powerful. It's so powerful that you want to trigger duo attacks with Luna. So let's say Adventure Ras. You can guarantee a duo attack with Luna using Adventure Ras, and he is a free hero, right? You do his specialty change, and he's a very powerful knight, and it's going to be a reliable way for you to land, to trigger duo attack, and you could potentially land defense break against the target. It's not a 100% chance. There's also the 15% innate resist you have to worry about, and effectiveness versus effect resistance. But it's definitely a very powerful combo. Now, you could have another hero, or you could have, like, you don't have to bring all these heroes together, but you could have Sinful Angelica, which can reliably trigger duo attacks, and it could be with Luna. She could provide attack buff for Luna. You could be countering revive mechanism with Sinful Angelica. So that's really cool right there. Now, Luna needs a team. Luna needs gear. Luna needs really good gear. I mean, you don't need exactly my stats, but it really depends at which league you are at. Now, in RTA, I'm between challenger up to champion in these battles. So keep that in mind. I'm a free-to-play player as well. I'm a day 1 player though, so I was able to farm Wyvern a lot. I had a lot of chances to roll speed gear. I have a lot of heroes with a lot of speed. Now, Luna, you want to use her in maybe 2 different playstyles. One playstyle could be using her in a speed team, but not speed cleave team. Maybe you could mix cleave and single target burst damage in the same team. To be honest, if you're going to be mixing cleave with single target damage, the enemy has a lot of opportunities to counter pick you, to counter your cleave heroes with heroes like Elena. If you have, let's say, a non-attack skill or skills in your team, they could be picking heroes like Politis. You're trying to push combat shrewdness on your team. They could have Politis, mess up your CR pushing. Maybe you won't have enough. They could be bringing, Celine in there, which is now more powerful with her own artifact. She pushes her own combat shrewdness. She gets a self-attack buff with that artifact when you use a non-attack skill. She attacks you with Blink, which will target the hero with the highest attack if she has her exclusive equipment, or a random hero on your team. But look in that battle right here. It is crazy what Luna is able to do. And the combo of Celine, Cerise with Luna is quite devastating because she's triggering duo attacks with Luna constantly, especially when they're both alive. It was basically a 2 versus 4 scenario, and the rest of my team I didn't pick properly too. So that battle went to show how powerful Luna actually is. And Luna doesn't even need attack buff to deal tremendous damage. So that's very cool right there. Now let's go back to where you can bring Luna, like the playstyle that can put Luna to good use. So you're farming Wyvern, you have speed gear to your disposal. You could have her on speed crit, speed immunity, speed speed hit, speed crit. Like that works, right? And you will want to have you need a way to make Luna go before the enemy goes and starts to disrupt you. So you could be using a combat unit booster, but that could be problematic because they might have Politis. They could be outspeeding you with, they might be picking too high speed hero to counter your combat units booster hero. That will boost the combat units of your whole team so you can go back to back before the enemy goes. So yeah, Politis, Celine, they could outspeed you with Cerise. There's quite a few ways that they can mess you up. So there's that to worry about. But let's say you do use a combat units booster, you pick that hero at the end, maybe you ban whatever is countering that hero. You can make it happen, right? I've done it in a few battles, and you will see those battles. So that's one way to go about it. Now, you could be using Azure Comet. Like, that is the limited artifact of Ram from the ReZero collaboration. You could put that on Luna, and to be honest, I might try her out on Azure Comet in the next video because I saw how powerful she is without attack buff. She's dealing so much damage, and that could be a way to have her follow up after, initiating with something like Assassin Sid, Pavel, a hero with very high speed that is able to take out a hero out, so you're able to get the free combat units from Azure Comet. So that's definitely one way to go about it. Like, you don't need a combat units booster hero, to start the battle. You could take out one hero with like Assassin Sid, have Azure Comet on Luna, and start to do your thing, right? So you don't even need to build almost any crit chance on Luna because she gets 30% from her passive, right? She has elemental advantage with skill 3, so that's another free 15% crit chance for that hit with the skill number 3. Man, the dual attacks. Here goes the gamble, baby. The gamble versus Remnant Valet, and it paid off. I wasn't sure if I could take out Fall and Cecilia, and I was like, yo, you know what? Let's just go versus this Remnant Valet. Oh my god, and I was able to land the crit on him. It was not a miss. So that was definitely a feel good, and that player that I'm facing must be really angry at that point. Oh my god. Oh boy. Okay, so yes, Luna, back to Luna. So you can definitely have her on a counter set, and if you're a player that farms Banshee and Asmanic Hunt, counter immunity can definitely be viable on her, and yeah, that would be really powerful, but you need to build some bulk on her. You need to pump her health, her defense, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000 health on your Luna. Build some defense as well. She gets more defense when she's under 50% health. It's 30% more defense as well. So it's good to stay alive. And you could be using Sigurd's Sight on her when her health drops under 50%. Then she's going to be able to sustain herself. And that could be very devastating. You're triggering a counter attack. Maybe you have a hero on your team like Adventure Ras triggering dual attack with Luna. That could be really, really powerful right there. And you don't have to worry about healing her, which is great. She can sustain herself, sort of, right? She has to be under 50% to pull that off. I mean, having her on a lifesteal set could be viable as well, but she doesn't have anything in her kit that boosts her. Well, yes, she does have the anti-crit chance, 30% anti-crit chance with her passive, but that's a gamble right there. It's not the thing that's like high enough. And you need to have her under 50% health to get the 30% more defense to boost her bulk. She doesn't have anything like boosting her survivability by that much, something guaranteed when she's, at high health. So counter seems like the way to go because her skill 1 deals so much damage, as you're seeing. It's ridiculous the amount of damage it's able to do, man, especially when it hits the maximum number of hits. I believe it's 5 between 3 and 5 hits or something like that. Like, hitting the maximum number of hits is almost double damage compared to the minimum number of hits with her skill number 1. It's crazy. And the more hits, the faster you get the skill 3 off cooldown. So that's great because skill 3 hits like a truck as well. You get the potential defense break and the extra turn if you down the target. Very cool, and you have elemental advantage as well. Now Luna is going to be having some difficulties if you pick her too early on. You have to pick her near the end in RTA, guys. Remember that. Like, you want to do that because there's heroes like Landy could be stealthed in the shadows. You can't hit her. You cannot take her out unless you use like a series. You use a hero to take her out of stealth. A hero that can remove the buffs from the enemy. You could be bringing... I mean, you know, like Cerise is a good example and a good combo with Luna from what I've tested so far. So that's one way to take out Landy out of stealth, to nuke her out of existence. A hero like Spectre Tenebria is not that easy because she cannot be targeted by a single target attack as long as you take out the other opponents on the team. And if they are very tanky, it's going to be rough. It's going to be really rough. So you do have to worry about that. Maybe you want to ban Spectre Tenebria, but maybe the opponent has other heroes. You know, Landy stealthed. Maybe you couldn't have your hero to take out Landy out of stealth. Sometimes you cannot bring heroes that attack everyone with Luna. Maybe you have to stick to a single target burst team, right? You cannot go with heroes that hit everyone because maybe they're just gonna counter pick with like Elena. Maybe they're gonna have counter set Elbrus Ritual Sword. Maybe they're gonna have like Martial Artist Ken. So you have to worry about quite a few things, right? And if you want to rely on a combat uniqueness booster that uses a non-attack skill to boost the combat uniqueness of Luna, so you can go back to back and do your combo, then maybe the enemy will pick, you know, Politis. Maybe they will pick Selene. Maybe they will cut between your cleave by using Angel of Light Angelica. Like, there's quite a few ways for the enemy to disrupt, to mess you up, and you know, take out your hero, or you know, like disrupt you, reduce your damage. So yeah, quite a few things to worry about, and sticking with maybe single target damage might be the way to go. I was able to hit champion there, and I definitely want to test out Luna in other team compositions, and because I have a lot of heroes built on this first account of mine. I'm a day one player, I have a lot of speed gear, and there's quite a few other team compositions I wanted to try. Some I've tried and I was not successful, but yeah, I'm trying to show you guys when Luna actually shines so you can get a better understanding, and I'm also telling you guys when Luna doesn't actually shine. Like a hero like Senya could be quite devastating versus Luna. You know, that's an earth hero already, and she's very tanky. She has a lot of bulk, so that's something to worry about. My Charlotte doesn't even have the right artifact. She's on Daydream Joker to farm Azumaric Hunt. Unfortunately, I didn't put her on the Unity artifact, which I usually have her on, so that's unfortunate right there. But if I do bring Charlotte again in the next video, then I'll try to have the right artifact on her. Try to not forget about that. But yeah, if you do enjoy the video, guys, you want to see more videos of Luna, to see her performance in other team compositions, smash the like button. It really helps me out to get the video to be shown to more people. So yeah, just smack the like button. It's right under, you know, it takes 2 seconds, and it will push me to do more Luna showcases in other team compositions, so you can see how she performs, and maybe she's the right fit, or maybe she's not the right fit for your account in your roster. But you can definitely use her in a bruiser playstyle or a speed single target burst team. You could, you know, mix cleave with single target burst, which is gonna have more counters to that playstyle. But yeah, there's definitely different ways to go about it. Maybe I could try her with more speed, but I feel like Azure Comet on Luna could definitely be a viable way to go about it and have a hero take out someone on their team to activate it. So you can see, man, speed crit set, the stats are really high, the defense is really high on her. That's the stats of the heroes that I brought along with her. But let us know what you guys think about Luna in the comments section. I hope it was, you know, it opened your eyes to how powerful Luna can be, but also, like, I talked about the cons. You know, there's a lot of big threat earth heroes in the current meta. If you're going to be using Luna in PvE content as well as PvP, then it would be a right fit for you and go ahead and summon for Luna. But if you're just going to be using her in RTA, you cannot bring her all the time, and you need a team to back her up, and you need the right gear to make her shine, to really make her shine. So remember all that. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.